Welcome back to the Spread Zone. I'm Cheech. Week 6 predictions. Let's go. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. I went 2-1-1 last week. I'll let you guys know what my total is so far overall for the year. San Francisco, the 49ers, they won 36-24. They beat the Seahawks. They covered the spread. They were favored by 3.5. The total score of 60 was over the 48.5 that Vegas had set. All right, we have a 9:30 kickoff. Jacksonville and the Bears, they're meeting in London. Jacksonville is +1. They're +1 now. Hold on. +1. I thought they were just -2. Oh, you know what? I think that was a big switch there. I think Jacksonville went from -1.5 to +1. So I'm going to come back to that game, all right? We have the Commanders. The line moved here too. You have the Commanders +7. Even though, remember I told you guys last week, I was like, hey, ride the Commanders and ride the over until it doesn't work. But for some reason this week, I like the under. But let's go ahead and just keep riding them. You know, let's take the over, even though everybody now is on the over. Take the over 51.5. And the Commanders +7. You know, might as well take them until it doesn't work, all right? Then we have Houston. Houston's going into New England. Houston, they're favored by 7. The over-under is 37. Money line is -297. All right. Houston's -7. 63% of the public's on Houston. All right. I don't have a play for this game, but I think that it'll be a... I think Houston should be able to pull it off, but I don't know. New England's defense is pretty good, so I'm going to lay off of this game. Then we have the Browns. They're going into Philly, all right? The Browns are 9.5-point underdogs. The total there is 42.5. I like the Browns in this game. Give me the Browns. Let's lock that up. That's the play of the week. Take the Browns by the half point. Take them at +10, all right? So take the Browns plus the 10, all right, against the Eagles. All right, that's one of the plays of the week right there. By the half point, take at +10. All right, then we have the Colts. The Colts are heading into Tennessee. Tennessee, they're favored by 2.5. Over under here is 43.5. Money line is -148. 62% of the public's on the Colts. They love the way Joe Flacco's playing. He's doing his thing. The ageless wonder. But Tennessee is favored by 2.5. That kind of smells, and it makes me think, like, what's going on here? Because of that, I like Tennessee. I like being on the side of Vegas. You know, I'm that guy that when you're at the craps table and you're not hitting the numbers, I'm a play that don't pass line, okay? That's what I'm going to do because I'm on the side of Vegas. They don't build them big casinos and make all that money for nothing. All right? Even though the people win, I'm going to stick with Vegas with this one. I'm going to take Tennessee -2.5. It's not a play of the week. You know, as a matter of fact, by the half point, always by the half point. Take Tennessee -2. All right, then we have Arizona. They're heading into Green Bay, and Green Bay's favored by 5.5. The over-under there is 47.5, and you have Green Bay at -249. All right, we're locking down the under in this game. Lock it down. This is the play of the week. I'm talking about lock it down. Call your bookie. Tell them, hey, I want the maximum on this, and take the under. By a half point, take the under 48. Okay, so far I'm giving you the Browns +10 against the Eagles, and we're doing the under. Right now the number's at 47.5. By the half point, please buy the half point, make it 48. We don't want that hook to destroy us. All right, so under 48. A lot of people think Arizona's gonna pull this off. I like Green Bay in this game. If I had to, I'll take Green Bay -5. I'll buy the half point again. But the under is a play right here. You can come back. You can thank me, okay? The game's at 1. At like 4:30, just come back, leave a comment, say thank you. All right? Then we have Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going into New Orleans, and they're facing the Saints. Tampa Bay, they're favored by 3.5. The over-under is 43. Money line is Tampa Bay -179. Now, this game, you have a backup for the Saints, and Tampa Bay's only favored by 3.5. I love Tampa Bay. I told you guys since week 1. I love Baker Mayfield this week. But the line smells. Just 3.5 with a backup. You know, I mean, my heart tells me to take Tampa Bay, but the right play here would be take the Saints plus the 4. But I'm gonna lay away from that. I'm gonna stay off of this game. If you if you're playing this game and you're pretty confident about it, leave a comment. Let me know what you're going to do in this one, all right?
I like the Saints.
Okay, love it, love it. All right, so let's rock with them. And then we have Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is heading into Vegas, and they're favored by 3 points. Now, last week I gave you guys Vegas, but the coach, the wide receiver issues, I think this locker room, I think he's lost the locker room. Antonio, AP has lost the locker room. And I don't think that they're going to show up for this game. But it's only 3 points that Pittsburgh's favored by. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. And 73% of the public's on Pittsburgh. So, if there's one thing I know, Vegas is going to want Vegas to cover. Oh, Vegas is going to want Vegas to cover. Yes, Vegas, the people in the desert that do these lines, they're going to need Las Vegas, the Raiders, to cover this game. All right? So, but he lost the locker room. I mean, if I had to make a play, the smart play, you know, I'm going to just lay off it. But if you made me do something, if you made me do it, it'd have to be Pittsburgh, just because I think he lost the locker room and everything's in shambles there. All right, then we got Denver. Denver's at home against the Chargers, all right? The Chargers are -3, so Vegas still hasn't really given in to Denver, all right? Denver, their defense has been killing it. Their offense has been doing just enough. You know, it reminds me of the Tim Tebow years when it was just defense and just enough to win the game. But I would take the Chargers in this game. I would have to go with the Chargers -3. If I had to do something, I would take the Chargers in this game -3. Then we have Detroit. Detroit is heading into Dallas as 3-point favorites. All right, the over/under here is 52. Money line is -172. Detroit's been killing it. You know, it's if it would have been in Detroit, Detroit would probably be favored by 6 because, you know, they give 3 points to the home team. So, you know, 6. We're looking at Dallas. I like Dallas. They were doing their thing, but Detroit is. I mean, they're looking good. They're 3-1 against the spread. They're 1-3 against the over/under, and Dallas is 2-1 against the spread. Over/under theirs 3-2. I think Dallas is gonna go on a run. I still think that Detroit, they're gonna fall off. Maybe that's just me thinking about something that's not gonna happen. But the play here for me would be Dallas +3. You know, but that's not one of my plays of the week, so. That's just me making that pick there. Then you have the Falcons. The Falcons are favored by 6 points going into Carolina. Over/under there is 46.5. Money line is 251. Kirk, you know I'm a Kirker. You know I'm a Kirky, baby. Kirk is going to win this game, but 6 seems like a lot, even though Carolina is, they're 1-4 against the spread. You know what? I'm going to have to take Carolina here. I think Atlanta will win this game. You know, they're coming off of, this is kind of like the letdown game for me. They're coming off a big win last week, and I think that Atlanta will win by 3, maybe 3 or 4. So I would take the Panthers +6, but I want the Falcons to rise. Go Kirk, do your thing, baby. All right, and then we have the Bengals. The Bengals are heading into New York as favored by 3.5. All right, they're favored by 3.5. Their record is 1-4 against their spread. They're 2-3. Giants are 2-3 against the spread. They're 2-1. All right, the over/under for Cincinnati, they're 4-1. So their games have been going over. Will that continue this week? Giants have a great defense. So I like the under in this game. But Cincinnati has been looking bad. Everybody's waiting for Cincinnati to turn it around. Maybe they don't turn it around. Maybe Cincinnati is just a team that has fallen off, and JB is not the elite quarterback that everybody thought he was, and they lose this game. But it's not a play of the week, so I'm laying off of this game. But if I had to do something, I would buy the half point and take the Giants at +4. All right, then we have Buffalo. This line smells. You have Buffalo. They're favored by 2 going into New York, and they're facing the Jets. The Jets are looking bad. Aaron Rodgers, he's looking like a 50-year-old quarterback. The over/under here is 41. Money line is -130 for Buffalo, but they're only favored by 2. From my years of losing, there's one thing I learned, that my original thought, when like this is easy, it's not really easy. So my original thought would be Buffalo. Ooh, -2. They're gonna destroy them. But this will probably be the game.
Coming off a tough loss.
Coming off a tough loss too. Yes. Yeah, right. See, now I go back to Jacksonville. Jacksonville now, they're favored by 1. So
I'm taking my Bears.
You taking the Bears? Okay.
For sure. I think the Bears are going overseas to show out.
That's true. Yes, yes. They're gonna need to do that. You know, Jacksonville's a pick 'em. Yeah, so I'm gonna lay off of this game. So that means that the big money is on the Bears. So you know, go ahead and take the Bears, and that sounds like a good play. You know, I'm gonna lay off of it. So my plays of the week, all right? The Browns plus a 10 against the Eagles, and the under 48 for Arizona. All right. The Jags went down to a pick 'em, so I'm gonna lay off that game. I like the Jags when they were my heavy hitters, the people that play big money. They move the line, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay off that game. All right. Good luck to you. Make that money, and we'll see you next week. Spread Zone.
What's the definition of success? What it mean to you? Traveling, having money, doing what you want to do? Or is it something deeper, like helping all your people? What if you try to lead them and they bite their hand and feed them? You know you can't reach them, but you know you can't leave them. Either one is coming with a cost, and neither one is cheaper. See, the moments of truth be the twist and the turn. Word the gangstar, cause it's still hard to earn. Learn from mistakes, my fate's to sit straight in a dual motor Tesla.